Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons 1st Edition and Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition, and what the heck happened to the Player's Handbook? Well, I'm going to tell you. Alright, so I've been incredibly blessed lately. I have been working on my Orange Spine Easleys collection. These are Jeff Easley covers. They all came out between 1981 and 1980 and 1987. They're all the early books are they're all 1st edition. Now that I think about it, they're all 1st edition, and you can get the 1E, DMG, PHB, and MM all in Orange Spine Easily. And the Orange Spine Easily overall, there's 12 of them, and I am only 2 books away from completing my collection. So I have everything. I have 10 of the Orange Spine Easleys, and the only ones I'm missing are the Monster Manual and Greyhawk, the Greyhawk setting. Greyhawk might be tricky to get. I'm not sure why I haven't been able to get a hold of the Monster Manual yet, but I'm hopeful. I think I'm going to get them soon. So I was reading the 1E, Player's Handbook. Okay, beautiful Jeff Easley cover. It's got the wizard on it, right? And I was shocked at one simple thing about that book. It is 127 pages long. The PHB, the 1E PHB, the 1E PHB hardback, traditional core hardback book, right, is 127 pages long, right? Now, what's shocking about that? I'm going to tell you. The 5th edition Player's Handbook is twice the length. Twice the length. That's incredible, okay? That is really big deal, right? That's double the number of pages. Now, what the heck happened, right? So, I think the PHB came out in like 1981, and you're talking, so you're going from 81 to 91 to 2001 to 2011 to 2021. 40 years, in 40 years, the length of the Player's Handbook doubled. It doubled. That's incredible, okay? So what explains that? Why was it so short in 1E and now it's so long in 5E, right? Well, for one thing, one of the things I think is really interesting is within 1st edition, okay, the DM was much more preeminent. The DM was really very much like a god, right? And actually, the DM is very much like a god in 5th edition, but we're aware of that, and we don't really wear it as a badge if we're smart, right? We understand that the power of the Dungeon Master is incredibly high, right? And we also really understand that we need to be careful about this, right? So we don't just, kind of lord over the players now. But in 1E, this was truly, like, we've been dealing with this for, Dungeons & Dragons is 47 years old, okay? And in 2024, we will celebrate the 50th anniversary of Dungeons & Dragons. That is truly, truly, truly incredible, right? It's a big, big deal. But in the 40 years since the 1E Jeff Easley, and actually, just so you're aware, the Jeff Easley, the Orange Spine Easley covers, they're exactly the same as the non-Easley covers as far as what's in them, right? It's the same length, so it really is just it's simply 127. It's just 120 pages and done, right? It's really I can't believe in 40 years the length has literally doubled. That's incredible. Like it's hard to even understand how much of a critical change that is. It's truly incredible indeed. So what caused this? What caused the 5E Dungeons & Dragons Player's Handbook to double in size, right? Well, I think it's interesting one of the things that I think is really fully happened is within the game, the role of the player has been embraced much more. The absolute godlike power of the Dungeon Master has been recognized as a threat, and more, every single edition is saying, hey, we need to put more in the hands of the players. They need to do more. And I don't think they're wrong. I actually think that 5e being a 250-page book for for players overall. I totally understand how we arrived at this juncture. And the reason why is they're saying, hey, the Dungeon Master controls the weather. They control everything. They just control so much. And so I think, just backing it off a bit is putting more in the hands of the Dungeon Master. And that's important. And I think it's a good thing overall. Dungeon Master should be absolutely incredibly powerful. But because they control every NPC, because they control the weather, because they control every single monster, right? Because they control the environment, right? At every single detailed level, as much as we can put on the players, right, and the player characters to let them impact that world, it's for the better. So I was just shocked, and I also haven't really heard anybody say this. Like the size of the 1 PHB is half the size of the DM of the Dungeon Master 5e, right? Literally half. So for every 2 pages, there's 1. It's truly incredible. I'm curious, what do you think is the cause for this? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.